Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to study animal tissue. As we all know, tissue are broadly categorized into two, that is plant tissue and animal tissue. We have earlier discussed about plant tissue. Now we are going to the topic that is animal tissue. Now let's get a start. Animal tissue have organized layer or mass of structurally similar cells of common origin and same function. All complex animal consist of four basic type of tissue. So whenever it is asked that give example of animal tissue or how many type of animal tissues are there, so they are basically four in number, that is muscular tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue and epithelial tissue. So as these words are new to you, to understand this, let us firstly know their function. What are the functions they perform? Here I have written the name of the muscles or muscular tissue, and here it is given their function. First one is epithelial tissue. Its function is protection, secretion, absorption, excretion and reproduction. Second one is connective tissue. Its function is attachment, support, transport, storage. Third one is muscular tissue. Its function is simply movement of parts and locomotion. Fourth one, nervous tissue. Its function is control and coordination by nerve impulse. So these are the functions of the four type of animal tissue. Now let's understand what really they are. Let us begin with the very first type, that is muscular tissue. So from the name it is clear that there is something muscles like formation. You know about the structure of muscles, what muscles are. Muscle cells have the feature of contractility. The muscle tissue is composed of cells called myocytes, which can shorten considerably and return to original relaxed state. What I mean to say is that muscle cells have feature of contractility. This word means contractility means, suppose a case of a spring. Spring is of this size, and when you extend it from here and from here, it just elongates, and after you leave it from here and from here, it then contract. Firstly it get elongated and then it get contracted. पहले बढ़ जाता है फिर घट जाता है. This is what contractility. So this is the basic feature of muscle tissue. Okay. Structurally they consist of long narrow cells called muscle fibers and the cytoplasm, which is known as sarcoplasm. So now again understood the function of muscular tissue. What is the function of them? So it bring about movement of body parts and locomotion of organism. Second, muscle support bones and other structures. You can see, observing your body, that muscles are the only thing that support our body and structures. Thirdly, muscles are responsible for heartbeat. There is a cardiac muscle which is responsible for heartbeat, flow of blood and lymph, movement of food through alimentary canal, airflow through respiratory tract, etc. Now, let us discuss in detail about this muscular tissue. So, muscular tissue is divided into three. That is, there are three type of muscular tissue which are as following: striated or stripped muscle, non-striated or smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. Stripped muscles, here it is non-striated, that is the smooth muscle, and cardiac muscles. So let's start. To understand striated and unstriated non-striated muscles, we will discuss it taking the differences, because there is a question in your exercise that is write the difference between striated and unstriated muscle with diagram. So the very first point, that is, the cells of striated tissues are long, cylindrical and multinucleated, whereas non-striated muscles are thin, long with pinpointed ends and uninucleate. Remember this, that these are pinpointed ends. These have pinpointed ends. You can see here the ends are pinpointed. Now let's come to the second point, that is, these are found in body walls, limbs, tongues, pharynx and oesophagus. So this is the location of striated muscles, and these are present in iris of eyes, walls of internal organs such as alimentary canal, ducts, blood vessels. So this is the location of non-striated muscle. Now come to the third point, that is, contraction of a striated muscle is voluntary, hence called voluntary muscle. Pay attention here that striated muscles are voluntary muscle. What does voluntary resemble here? It means that this is under the control of our will. Okay, and now non-striated muscles, contraction of non-striated muscle is involuntary, that is, it is not done with our will. Okay, so this is all about striated and non-striated muscles. Let us understand this with its diagram also. Here you can see, let me change the color. Here you can see you have to differentiate between these two, that is the striated one and the non-striated one, which is asked in exercise. So their ends are nucleated, you can see, but his ends are not nucleated, and there are strips in striated muscles, that's why it is also called as a striated muscle. And whereas in these are smooth muscle, they are not striated. So this is the diagram of striated and non-striated, striated and non-striated muscle. Now let's talk about the third type of muscular tissue, that is cardiac muscle. So these muscles are mainly confined to the wall of the heart. Muscle cells of heart are cylindrical, branched and uninucleate. They never get tired. You can see they are branched. These cardiac muscles are branched. Now, location. These cardiac muscles are found in wall of pulmonary vein and superior vena cava. There is a saying that the cardiac muscle, or the function of cardiac muscle is, it accounts for the rhythmic contraction of the heart muscles by its own throughout the life, hence known as involuntary muscles. So this is all about types of muscles, that is striated, non-striated and cardiac muscle. Now let's talk about nervous tissue. So nervous tissue is an animal tissue which receives, it is an animal tissue which receive stimuli and conduct impulse for controlling and coordinating body function. Nervous tissue is mainly composed of nerve cells. So what are the function of nervous tissue? It conduct impulse, and the second function is that it accommodate working of almost all organs according to the specific requirement. That whatever the requirement is of the body, nervous tissue is the responsible for the working of all organ. Here is an example of nervous tissue, that is neuron. We have discussed about neuron earlier, but let us again recall it. This is the structure of neuron. Here you can see this is the nerve ending, these are the dendrites, this is the nucleus, and this is the axon. So this is the structure of the neuron. So this is all about today's lecture, that is types of muscular tissue and nervous tissue.